Okay. Yeah, I know you are Cyn in here right now. This is freaking me out. All right, we are going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to episode 253 of the Guardian Up podcast, where we talk about Destiny, and we are in Season of the Wish. And this week, I'm really confused, but we got Kato and we got Cyn.
Possibly. I guess what's my new name this week?
Yeah, but it's really Cyn. How are you? Did you take over? Did you hack into his account?
I may have. I don't know. Who knows?
Have
to figure it out.
We'll have to get some detectives on the case and maybe get Laz, lawyer, involved, and maybe by next week we'll get this figured out. But for right now, anyone, when the show comes out, I'm sure there'll be enough shenanigans in the Discord of people figure this out. But Cyn,
next week when it finally comes out.
Cyn looks maybe? Like he's here in after Final Shape when we release this episode. Yeah, identity theft, or maybe you're he's doing a recov or something. You're gonna a trials win.
Yeah, there you go.
Rodimus is our trials carry person. Everyone,
I can carry you to the bottom. That's about all I'm gonna be able to do for you.
Yeah, should us three go to trials live during the podcast?
No, I don't want to get Kato to be mad and leave.
Yeah, we can't anyways, but assuming it was Friday. Oh, well, anyways.
No. I mean, the new scout rifle should be the adept weapon this weekend, so.
Yeah.
That's where I'll probably be.
Popular one, yep. What is that one called again?
The Prophet? I don't know. It's a 120 RPM text mechanic scout. I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's a stasis DMT.
So people will be in that. And while we're talking about weapons, I mean, I've been happy. I've pretty easily gotten the roles that I wanted for pretty easily in playing Guardian games for the Hullabaloo. I got both a Volt Shot chain reaction roll, which, okay, even for this being a wave frame, this is hella fun. I mean, you can still kind of just hit it. I was always just aim for the ground with these type of grenade launchers anyways, with the heavy ones. But you do that, the wave frame doesn't really matter too much. And then with the Volt Shot and the chain reaction, holy fuck. And then I also have the title roll that I wanted with repulsor brace and destabilizing rounds. That one I'm not noticing as much craziness going on. Maybe I need to spec my build a little bit more for it to really be effective.
I will tell you that, we'll get to that. Unless you want to jump straight into the TWAB.
Twid?
Whatever.
I mean, we can. I mean, I want to talk about some more about Guardian Games, how it's been going. And then the TWID, we definitely have some fun talk too. So however we want to make this go tonight, doesn't matter to me.
Kato, steer the ship. Let's go.
Steer the ship. I won't forget topics. I can loop us back around afterwards.
Okay. You're farming the Guardian Game weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
Supposedly, if you haven't got it. Well, jumping ahead in the TWID, because we'll get to that in a little bit. They are going to be making enhanced traits more obtainable. That's kind of the downfall with getting your adept weapons from Nightfall's raids, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave us enhanced weapons on certain raid weapons.
Yeah.
And I think it was just raids we got the enhanced versions in. which makes sense because of master challenges. But give us a little note here. It says keep in mind when you start earning the following weapons. So the Prophet and the Summoner from Trials, the Tusk of the Boar grenade launcher and the Multi-Mach SMG from Iron Banner, the Wild Style grenade launcher and the Slammer sword from Nightfalls, all 3 Guardian Games weapons, the Taraxipos, the Tidal, and the Hullabaloo, and then all the weapons from Prophecy are going to be enhanceable and retroactively enhanceable when Final Shape releases on June 4th.
Yeah, so that is cool. Retroactively enhanceable.
So, like your repulsive race and destabilizing rounds could be enhanced.
Yeah.
So
there we go. And I'm trying to remember because I've done that like once or twice in the. How did it work with the raid? It was just like you did it and then you applied it, or did you have to like reshape it? And
so it's
maybe you reshaped it, or I don't remember.
Like you apply it, then you have to level it to make those perks enhanced.
Okay.
And I think that's like all you can do with it. So it's like you had to apply it, then you had to level it once or twice or 3 times, something like that. It was weird.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember what I had that was enhanced, and not a lot.
I never bothered with it because the weapons I wanted to enhance, we couldn't. We still can't. They're like, I think Rude and Nightmares was the first one we could enhance.
Oh, yeah. I did that with my Acacia's Dejection, the trace rifle.
Yeah.
I got an Envious Assassin target lock, and I enhanced those. Yeah,
Nice.
it's a interesting icon set on. It's like 4 little squares around the circle.
Yeah. It's weird. But then they have a weapon level to them, so I don't know. I guess it's okay, but
yeah, that is some big news there. I kind of skipped over that part a little bit because I was excited for some of the first stuff.
Right.
But I'm glad you mentioned that. It's definitely in the conversation of this other stuff we were talking about.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's do Guardian Games real quick, and then we'll talk about what we think will be coming out in the future. So Guardian Games, we're week and a few days in now. I missed the last podcast recording, and you're only a few days in the last time. So far, the way it's gone is Hunters had won 7 days, and then I think Titans had won 2 days. This shows 1 here in the TWID, but I think I saw 2 on the thing.
I'm not sure. I haven't been on.
Now, they did make a change, and basically the thought was, and Bungie seems to confirm this a little bit, but the reason why Hunters so easily won all those 7 days is because, streamers were starting to talk about this. It made sense. Other people were talking about it. I feel like I noticed it also. Not as many people are truly into caring about what class. Let's say you're a Titan main, right? But you don't care that much. You care more about the rewards than if Titans win. So what was happening is the very first day when Hunters got a little bit ahead on the focus activity, which really kind of puts us over the edge, people wanted to switch over to Hunter, even if that wasn't their main. So they would just switch over to Hunter because then you would be guaranteed to win the focus package reward.
Yep.
And that seems to track.
Yep.
So I would have done that too. I probably should have. Now I'm close to the 1,200 points anyways, but a lot of people were doing that. And it's tough because, not saying Hunter shouldn't be in the lead. I think it'd be cool if they win this year or whatever, but that probably was going on a lot. So Bungie decided to make a change where, let's see the wording they put here again. And they changed it on Tuesday, I believe. But, oh man, we were just talking about it and I lost my spot here. Destiny help and issues. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Scroll. Yeah. Okay. We issued a change to apply scaling to the focus activity scoring to help balance out the population difference between classes. We're giving a boost to Warlocks and Titans over the weekend based on a previous class concurrency, and we'll issue a more permanent fix early next week, and then they did issue that fix. Now, it didn't seem like Hunters or Titan started winning until Tuesday-ish, so the weekend thing didn't do too much yet. But I guess when we were talking about this what seems is like even if people are playing on Hunter, it won't count as much. That's the only thing I can kind of glean from this.
It's kind of what it seems like.
Yeah. And in the tower again right now, the Titan flag is the highest, and then Warlock is close to Hunter. Warlock's just a titch above Hunter right now. Yep, 2 Titan wins, and for all we know, Titans could run away with the rest of the thing unless Hunters pick up. They only need a few more. They could win the whole thing, and it doesn't look like Warlocks will win it at all unless they win every day going forward or something.
Yeah.
We'll see on that. I don't know. I mean, I hadn't given much of my opinion on Guardian Games yet because I wasn't on last week's show. I like it a little bit better than even last year because of the skimmer's fun. I kind of like the focus activity idea, even though it's had some issues. The diamond medallion things are kind of fun. I did an all Warlock raid. I know you guys did an all Hunter raid last week. I did an all Warlock dungeon last night with Gator and Cyn. I think these are some novel ideas. Even the streaming thing, which is kind of gimmicky and it sucks that counts for a diamond. Hey, it's a different idea, and I'm kind of glad they're going with it. And I'll be honest, I did one of those too, just so I could get closer to my 1,200 points.
Yeah,
easily.
I wasn't a huge fan of the streaming thing, but it gives you that opportunity because not everybody's going to be able to jump into a raid of all the same class.
Yeah,
whether be they can't find the people or
Can you let your team find it though?
Yeah, you can, but yet again, social anxiety and people not wanting to play with people they don't know.
Yeah, or people not having time for a raid or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm still. Here's the thing. I was talking to Gator about this last night. And I'm not like this is like not like I'm putting money on or a bet on this or anything, but I pretty much am guessing that they will lower the requirement for the 1,200 or something. Because
I hope not.
I hope not too, but here's why I think, because there's so many things going on here. The skimmer is really cool, and the only way people can get this is if they do one of those 3 things or pay the $25.
Yeah.
So 1,200 points, people could be like, well, I don't have time to watch a stream for 2 hours, and you're making us raid or dungeon, right? So that's one thing. The other thing is the focus activities. Well, we all know those have been kind of like weird anyways. And then the last thing's top 10% Nightfall score. People are going to complain about, like, that's hard to, like, what if I can't get on a Tuesday night, when it's the easiest? So, well, I don't know. They've done this so many times in the past that I think because of all these reasons, they might lower the requirements a little bit to get the skimmer.
Well, that's true. I mean, I hope they don't. Because all you have to do is play, right? Just play, make sure you're picking up the cards, and collecting medallions and turning them in.
Yeah, but if you don't get any diamonds at all, it's a lot of work. It's really the diamonds that make it doable. Because everything else, I think 15 is the highest it goes, and then diamond goes all the way to 300.
Well, yeah. But still, you get 3 weeks of it. If you get your 3 Twitch diamond ones, you're at 900. So you still need 300 more. You still have to do it.
That's the main thing. I think even people that say they don't have time, there's not too much of an excuse. You can't just watch a stream and you don't have to watch for 2 hours straight. You can watch for like an hour and then another hour throughout the week.
I just turn it on and go to bed.
Yep.
There's that.
Yep. So I guess because of that, maybe there's enough reason to people won't complain too much.
I mean, it's a great boost and it definitely helps. But the diamond card for trials. If you jump into trials early, that'd probably be fine.
Yeah.
But you have to win. And if you start taking any losses, it just resets back.
Yeah.
I think if you win your rounds, so you win your 5 rounds or whatever you need, it gives you like 21% on the card. If you lose a match, you lose 7% each match. So it's kind of rough.
Yeah. And we have some comments in our live chat. Thanks for the feedback. A couple people were saying that they may not get the skimmer this year. Now, I'm curious, like, do you think you could have time for just watching a stream? Well, you would, even if you only did that, that's only going to be, and you had to do last week too. That's only 900 points, so you would still have to make up another, 300-ish. But it's a thing. Now, don't worry too much if you don't get the skimmer. I'm speculating we're going to get more skimmers final shape, right? Why not? Obviously,
I'm sure.
more are going to be coming. It's not like these are going to be the only skimmers for like forever.
Yeah.
But
No, I'm sure we'll get more. It's just, do you want it now? Do you want it in 4 months?
Yeah.
You know?
Now, they are pretty cool. When I was running the Prophecy Dungeon, I was doing that thing, where you can float across. And I messed it up a little bit because, to me, it was kind of hard going from the grind mode to the non-grind mode so I could hop off of it.
That's easy.
Then I was fumbling so much that when I did finally hop off of it, that bringing it back up, I could usually get it quick enough, but I would fall so much when I was flubbing some other parts. But I only tried like once or twice. But even just doing like the normal moving around on, like, when I was tried once on the ribbons, just the normal way, the skimmer just seems so much easier to control than a sparrow. Am I wrong on that? It just seems like really tight, like turning, and or maybe I don't have this big thing in front of me. I can visualize it better.
Yeah, it's got pretty good handling, I feel like. I don't know if it's just a visual thing or if it's more, it actually does handle better. I'm not sure.
I feel like it handles better. I can't say that for sure, but I really, really like the skimmer. So I do like it. It is one of the better additions that they've done.
Yeah.
You just feel more mobile. It's nice standing up too than having to be like sitting in a sparrow. It's just something new.
Yeah. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then you haven't done much Guardian Games, Rodimus, or any thoughts on it?
Not really. I mean, I did a prophecy dungeon the other day. Kind of just not really been. I'm just not in the Destiny right now. I log in, I do the wish, and I get out. I've already done the Guardian Games. There's really not much I can gain from it in my personal opinion, besides the skimmer. But I'll go back to it. I just been enjoying other games like Helldivers and stuff, and I just kind of need a little bit of a break. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how about coming up April 9th, Into the Light?
I kind of saw that. I'll be curious what it's about, but I'll be at work, so I won't be able to really do anything till I get home. So
sure, yeah.
I do feel, neither of you guys play much PvP, but if you're just going for the metal grind and don't want to deal with trying to get high score Nightfall or the whatever the other one is for the skimmer, like you said, platinum medallions give you 15 points. If you go into the Guardian Game Supremacy with the platinum trials card, it counts in regular supremacy. So it's more or less, you can pretty much just do one card per match, it seems like, roughly. So it goes pretty quick that way if you're just trying, because you got to do supremacy. You don't have to do, actually, you kind of do. You got to do some supremacy anyways. But it'll give you...
I've been doing some supremacy more than I thought I would. So the Guardian
knocks out
playing it.
Yeah, it knocks out a lot of those events for the event card.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. Pretty
and
simple.
I kind of like the kill confirmed idea. I understand people not liking objective based things, but it works for me.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yep.
Anyways.
Okay. April 9th, it was already kind of rumored and speculated, but it is officially announced that, it's funny, I hadn't read this exact word before, but they said our next big content update. Is that gimmicky, or do you think it'll actually be big?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, April 9th, it'll come out, and they will also include some further tuning of the sandbox quality of life updates. But the main thing about this this is what Bungie promised to us coming out, something called Into the Light. And they also put a interesting picture in the TWID. It looks like a bunch of Hive in the city/tower area trying to take over, and we're holding down a fight here. And there's pyramid ships and pyramid floating towers or whatever in this picture also. So there's been a lot of speculation. I mean, already one of the other rumors too was saying like we might be going through some of these areas again, old D1 tower area, which would be kind of cool if they brought that back into the game. Even if not, it looks like maybe that'll just be kind of in the background, and who knows what we're doing. But we pretty much are guessing, because this was already rumored, and also, but they have this one infographic that looks like Black Armory stuff. There will be weapons coming out too. So there's probably some activity that we can do over and over and get weapons such as the Hammerhead and the other Black Armory weapons. So kind of cool there.
So, Kindled Orchid was the hand cannon, wasn't it?
That sounds correct. I just don't remember what they all were. I just always remember Hammerhead.
Right. I remember the Hammerhead, Ringing Nail, which was the auto.
Oh, yeah.
Then the Kindled Orchid.
You weren't playing during then, were you, Rodimus?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Those. Yeah. And what was that activity called? Well, it was just Black Armory.
Yeah, the Forges.
The Forges. Yeah. They were.
I mean, I didn't.
All right. Yeah.
I didn't play during that season, but it was still there when I started.
Mm-hmm.
There was so much to do when I started in Arrivals. That was one of them. So they weren't very popular. I will say that. But because they had the option of like match made, and it would just random where it would put you for the day. So
yeah,
that was kind of a pain.
Yes, Sharp Fowler in the chat. It is now the TWID this week in Destiny because Wob is gone, because even though it's still not going to be here for a while, Bungie has the other game in development. So they'll probably call that one, the other game this week. And what the hell is it again? Marathon.
Marathon.
Do we even care anymore? Marathon. No,
I'll play it when it comes out.
I'll play when it comes out. Check it out. It's so much. Who knows what's going on with all this? I think we will know a lot more. Well, I don't think they're going to give us plans for what's coming afterwards until after Final Shape, but sometime this year we'll know more about when Marathon's getting closer to being released, and if we'll get another expansion after Final Shape, or we will get some kind of Destiny 3 or something. But we've already talked about that in some previous weeks. But yeah, this Into the Light thing, I don't know. I want to keep my expectations low, but hopefully it's kind of cool. And it'll go throughout April and May, as they said. And new game content. They'll share more information about it soon. So go figure. And this is kind of interesting because they're having 3 developer live streams coming up just for Into the Light. We haven't even had 3 developer live streams for big expansions, have we? Maybe like 1 or 2.
I think they're trying to bring back the people that come back.
Yeah, so maybe it'll be gimmicky or whatever, but this is kind of cool. Developer live streams, in any case, are usually quite interesting. So I'm really excited about this. This starts this coming Tuesday. Again, who knows when this podcast will be out, but it's for 3 weeks leading up until this. The first one being March 19th. They all start at 10 a.m. Pacific, so the new reset time, which is 1 Eastern. And we will have one on March 19th, March 26th, and April 2nd. And then, of course, the Tuesday after that will be April 9th will be when Into the Light comes out. So they will be talking about focusing on different parts of the content update and sharing tons of information and providing a hands-on preview. So maybe they'll even show us the activity. And then I guess there's some, when you watch, the Twitch drops will be available, also some emblems. Is that what we're seeing here?
Yep.
Although that red one is too washed out, especially at the end. I don't really love either of these emblems.
And you get those held dear if you watch 30 minutes across any of the 3 live streams, and then the Echo Diamond if you watch 2 hours across the 3 streams.
Yeah. So will this bring everyone back into Destiny? I don't know. I mean, obviously it's the Final Shape expansion when that comes out. We'll be interested, but
I hope this brings
some interest, some excitement. Who knows? There's still also a rumor that actually on April 9th, they haven't said this yet, but April 9th will also supposedly be, although I'm second guessing this a little bit now, but also a Final Shape preview, kind of like we had the one already. They did say something about April. We'll get more information on Final Shape. So if not the 9th, then sometime in April.
I'm curious what this activity is going to be.
I know. I mean, it could just be something real basic, like we're in that lower part of the city, kind of like that picture showing. There's a bunch of hive just converging on us and shriekers in the air, and we just hold it down, and at the end, we get a weapon reward, and then we're just going to grind it over and over. But hopefully it's a little more interesting than that.
I mean, pure speculation here, but it would be kind of nice if this was, a horde mode.
Yeah.
Like you load in with your fire team and you survive. I mean, it'd be kind of fun. Like the more kills you get, the more turrets you get.
On that topic, I feel like I read this once and I can never find my source, so maybe I'm just imagining it, but it makes sense to me, and I thought I read once that the developer said once in an AMA that the reason why we've never had a true horde mode is because of the older gen consoles holding us back and the memory that they have.
Well,
and it makes sense to me.
See smoke coming from some of the other consoles. Like I could see it. But it probably won't be that, but it would be cool if it was.
It certainly would. I mean, when the Forges came out, we always kind of say this like, oh, this is closer to a horde mode than we've gotten before, and it's like these little things will come out in Destiny, and like, but it's not really, but like, well, it's something new, and it's
right.
Yep. All right. Anything else we want to talk about? Any issues? New issues? They fixed a bunch in the Tuesday update, but you want to go over there, Kato?
I'm looking.
We already talked about a couple of those, I know, last week.
Oh, don't forget the wallpapers.
Yeah, the wallpapers are kind of cool.
They're something. Oh,
they're different.
Fireteam Finder will be on mobile.
Nice.
Starting the 19th, I think. Yes.
Nice.
Yep, the web version of Fireteam Finder will be available for all players as a beta. So
cool.
Known issues. Privacy and safety update should have gone live by now. So now you have to give your date of birth.
Cyn said he was born in the 50s.
Yeah. PlayStation voice and text is still broken.
Yeah.
A reminder, an event card. Code of conduct update. Okay. Interesting. Yep, nothing there.
Yeah.
Same as last week.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah, it does kind of look like it. And it's all good. I mean, it's okay if this is a shorter episode too, although I do want to talk about any other games we might be doing. We're going to have, even with these developer updates coming out starting next Tuesday and then 3 weeks, and then the week after that, the actual drop. And then certainly in May, there'll be a lot of big TWIDs talking about what's coming out in Final Shape. So
yeah, I'm sure they're starting to ramp up a little bit.
I know. I really feel like even starting next week, going forward all the way through the 1st of June, we might have pretty good episodes of information drops.
I feel like it'll be pretty good.
Yeah. And then we'll do Final Shape and love it a lot for a couple months, and then we'll see how long we hold on after that.
you got episodes, and
I know, but we'll see how the episodes turn out. Anyways, what other games have we been doing? I've been doing Wonderlands a little bit more. I was busy on vacation last week, or was it the week before? And then I came back kind of Thursday-ish, and then but I haven't even been playing video games as much. Just doing some TV shows. I finally started Fargo. Freaking love that show. Just the hilarity and the dark humor in it.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Fargo, so
yeah, it's quite interesting.
I don't know. Destiny's been hit and miss for me, so I haven't really been playing much.
Much otherwise?
Yeah, just kind of back to watching shows, just kind of hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
I jumped in first week of Guardian Games, got the skimmer, and haven't really touched it since. I think I played a little bit Monday. And yeah, I played Monday with Sweaty. We did trials, and that was not fun. I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, speaking of things we've done in Destiny, even I do want to give a shout out to ran a raid that Gator put together last Saturday. And silly him, he'll admit this too. He was going. Guess what weapon he was going for, and what raid we actually ran.
He was going for. I want to know.
The sniper, Defiance of Yasmin or whatever, from King's Fall. But he thought it was in Crota. He didn't even tell us what he was going for, so he just said, "We want to run a Crota." I'm like, okay. And then, like by the end of the raid, he's like, "How come I'm not getting the weapon drop?" Or he didn't even see it in the cache. It was one to buy.
Oh my goodness! See. He had reached out to me for that same raid. I'm like, I can't commit to it. I've got plans that day. And it kind of turned around that the plans I had kind of fell through. So I probably could have made it, but neither here nor there.
Well, I do want to give shout out to, it was Gator, Proper Porridge, Hayoka, MC Squared, and Nico, aka Jersey. Pretty cool crew. I hadn't run with a lot of those people, and I'll tell you, it was going so smooth. We one-phased lamps, one-phased bridge, one-phased air ute, and then 10-phased Crota.
What happened?
I know, right?
What happened?
It wasn't anything too crazy. It was just we had, I think, some newer people doing sword, and so there was a lot of just like deaths or not. We were kept trying with just two people. I mean, I guess we could have gotten a third to be safe, and then most of the time it would get the shield down, but a couple times it wouldn't, and then or a couple times people were dying. It's just so interesting. I guess at the end, a lot of deaths were happening from swaps of, when you're passing the buff.
Yeah.
And so I did give a little bit of training there, telling people like how. Just stay near it. Don't go right there, and then call out to your person 90, 95%, run in at the, very last second. We started getting less deaths, but it was mostly just little small mess ups, which were just surprising because we did so good up until then. But nonetheless, had a lot of fun.
I've ran with some groups that leave one person to just keep Crota's attention. It's so weird. Like, what are you doing? Like,
we probably could have used that in this group, but then I was even giving tips to like, or at least put on some arc resists and try to always have like a line of like a pillar between you and Crota, so like he's not hitting you. We eventually people were getting it down, but
it's so weird sometimes.
It's so weird because that raid, like a lot of groups, it's the first encounter or even the first couple, and then it can go smooth for the rest. But this was so funny, and we weren't even jinxing it or saying anything until probably the fourth try or so, and Crota were like, it was so smooth until now. But then Gator liked to joke too, that's like, because we were getting through it fairly quick, but he wanted to have his stream going for 2 hours for anyone that was watching, for the Diamond Medallion. Like, Gator, you're not purposely trying to throw this, are you? We can do something afterwards too. to keep it at the 2 hours.
Right.
Yeah. But no, that was fun.
Sounds like something Gator would do.
Potentially. Let us know, Gator, if you're listening to this. You can stand up for yourself and give us feedback on that.
That's terrible. Hope you know.
But it's warming up around here, so I am excited to.
Same.
This next week is going to be in the 60s, and I am really excited.
We've already had days in the 70s here.
Ooh, wow!
Like I say, we hit 75 yesterday.
Like it's crazy.
Now we're going back down to 40. So
yeah, our temps dropped today. It only got to like 62 here. We went from 75, 78 Monday, Tuesday, and now it's 60. I'm like, son of a.
Yeah. So what I want to do, since Final Shape's coming out in June, is in April, May, take some little solo trips myself. I used to do these drives just out in like the national parks or the desert areas of Utah, kind of like backcountry road drives that aren't like the really small ATV trails, but roads that my Subaru could handle, some cool dirt roads here and there.
Right.
And my wife doesn't like doing that. She gets bored, but it was such a cleansing thing for me back like 10 years ago. After my divorce, so it was more like 15, 12 years ago. I don't know. But I really liked doing that, and or even just like doing like a 2-day drive and find some cheap hotel in some small town, break it up during one of the nights. There's so much beautiful land in Utah, and even bumping into Colorado or Arizona, New Mexico, things like that too. But maybe I'll get some of that done, especially if Destiny, who knows how May will be. But do some of that, and then we'll hit it hard when June comes around again.
It's fun to step out and just go do your own thing.
Yeah, when it's nice outside. And like yesterday, I was out picking up sticks and stuff around the yard, pick up some dog crap.
Not what I meant, but hey, works.
Pick up that dog crap.
Well, it's all from the winter, so I mean,
yeah,
up in the snow or the cold. So,
mm-hmm.
This is part of the reason I own a motorcycle. Take off and go a couple 100 miles.
Well, Rodimus, what, you don't have to tell us all the details, but what was some of kind of the latest that you guys talked about on your latest?
We talked about mental health and gaming. It's out. I just put it out about an hour ago. I'm a little delayed in that because I actually had to work today, unlike most Thursdays. So it was a little weird, a little different.
Cool. Mental health. Yeah.
Yeah, we just kind of talked about like just how we as a group helped each other through some of our trying times and stuff. So like we talked about my divorce a little bit. We talked about Belle's breakup a little bit and stuff like that. So and how gaming can help you, but also can hinder you at the same time. And we'll definitely revisit the subject multiple times because it's just so much. You can't wrap it up in an hour.
Yeah.
No.
There's too much. So it was kind of just an icebreaker, just to let people know in our community that we're there for them and stuff like that. So
nice.
Oh, way cool. Yeah. Again, that podcast is Dudes Playing Stuff, or DPS. Find it all the places.
Yep. We're at episode number 7.
Yep.
I just can't believe we've been doing it for 7 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Well, and then I want to give shout out to people in our Patreon channel. I haven't done that for a hot second. Give shout out to. Okay, I gotta figure this out ahead of time because the people in the ambassadors get access to the channel too. So I don't know if they're also. Sorry, ambassadors, if any of you are a Patreon, but we have Dorath, Fiery Pink Yoda, Basically Salt, Jockey Music Bot. No, just kidding. We got Panda, Peaky Blinders. We got Coderson, Cloud Nebula, Grackle, Heyoka, Metal Giles, Mr. Monkey, Phil, also known as Fuck Up with a PH, don't worry, in the Discord, Scoot, and okay. Well, and I was going to say Ninja Muffin, but she's also an ambassador, so.
Yeah. And
I got to
me.
figure this out. Sorry. Yes, and
you forget about Jockey Music Bot number 1.
I know. Why do we have 2 again, Rodimus? Is that you're doing?
You can run one channel, one and another. Otherwise, you only can run one at a time.
Okay. That's an ugly name. You should call the other one 2
Jockey
or something. 1 with the parenthesis. Ew. Fix it. Get to work on that.
Okay. Working on it.
Love you. All right. And but yeah, you too, if you join our Patreon, we'd really appreciate that. You can do things such as change Cyn's name. Don't change any of our names. Just change Cyn's name.
Yeah, just Cyn's. Do make it an official request if you decide to change your name.
Yeah.
Make sure you put it in that channel.
I'm also going to clean up, hopefully by the time this episode is out. I'm planning on working on this tonight. I do maintain a website, destinypodcasts.com, which the purpose of that was to show all the other podcasts in the Owl Sector Alliance, promote them at the top, but also list other known Destiny podcasts. And I've noticed, again, quite a few have stopped recently.
Yeah.
There's really not that many Destiny podcasts right now, other than the Owl Sector Alliance. It's kind of sad.
Really?
Yeah. There's the biggest ones I can really think of is like The Last Word, like Ebontis and what's his name? Maybe
Sure.
1 or 2 lore ones, but
I think the lore hub's still going. Sure.
Yeah, but I mean the Destiny show, they start and stop all the time. I don't think they're going right now. Average D2 podcast. Yeah, I mean, probably shouldn't name all these right now, but like and some come and start, from time to time, but hey, that's what's so cool about the L Sector Alliance. We've stuck with it. So
can I tell you who's not having a Destiny podcast?
Who?
Dudes playing stuff.
Well, we know that.
Does it count?
So
yeah. No, that's totally makes sense. And then, but yeah, I'll go through this and clean it up some. But definitely, if you are listening to this and want more podcasts to listen to, check out that website and at least start with the ones in the Owl Sector Alliance. Great. And check out Dudes Playing Stuff. And then that'll give you enough to listen to there, because some of them are pretty long. If you're talking about like Guardian Downcast, 2 Titans and a Hunter.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But check out the Discords too, because we have a lot of great Discords. So join the Guardian Hub Discord, join the other Discords. Great conversations. That's the thing. Even if you're not into playing Destiny right now, some of these other games you're interested in, you'll find groups here and there. And we will be hitting it hard at least when Final Shape comes out. But before that, we are always Destiny friendly. We will not be downplaying anyone who wants to talk about Destiny in the Discord. You just may find,
unless it's Destiny 1.
Unless it's Destiny 1. Rodimus has permission to downplay that. He's the only one. I still have my opinion. I think it's nuanced too, because I was listening to this on Guardian Downcast where people are saying Destiny 1 is not Destiny 2 and quality of life. I'm like, we know that. That's obvious. Like, if people think Destiny 1 was good because of quality of life things, then they were silly. But I still think the story and the campaigns and some of the strikes are better in Destiny 1.
I was in a channel earlier with Commando, and he was looking for a stream to watch to get his medal. And he's like, who in the hell is still streaming Destiny 1?
Oh, someone was?
Yes.
I mean, when we would go back and do the Wrath of the Machine raid about once a year or so, we would usually stream it.
I could see that, right? I guess I could see that, like a nostalgia thing.
Yeah.
But they were legit just whatever activities they were doing. They weren't really doing raids. They were doing like strikes or whatever. And
I wonder if anyone raided. So you think at any point in time?
Who knows? He went to a Destiny 2 stream, so.
Because I type in Destiny, I see Destiny 2 come up, but I don't know if I'm seeing Destiny just by itself come up. Oh, no, here we go. Destiny which is Destiny 1. There are 7 live streams right now.
7.
Only 18 viewers between all of it. I mean, that's still more than I would have thought. I would have thought like nothing's going on.
Definitely more than I would have thought.
We got Retro Canadian Gamer as one of them, so there you go. Shout out to Retro Canadian Gamer. Because, yeah, Destiny 1 is a retro game now. Destiny 2 is almost a retro game.
Yeah, this is true.
Yep. All right, anything else before I close up here?
Any movies lately?
I mean, I still loved Dune 2. I talked about that a couple weeks ago.
I watched an older movie that was actually really good.
What's that?
I finally watched Nobody.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing is just watching movies, shows, just catching up. My ADHD, I can't sit still and just watch something. I have to be doing things. So.
Yeah.
On Saturday, I watched my nieces and nephews, and we did the Night at the Museum trilogy.
So, I really like
trilogy.
Yeah, there's like 3 movies. I saw
the third one. I really liked the first one. The second, I think I liked.
The third one, they go to the Smithsonian.
Question.
No, sorry. The second one, they go to the Smithsonian. The third one, they have to go to some museum in Britain.
Interesting. But
we were at work today. We were talking about movies and like what's your go-to, and someone brought up Be Cool with John Travolta and Uma Thurman, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go rewatch that movie.
Interesting.
They are actually playing Crucible, and it's the map that's inside the tower. In Destiny 1, but not like the tower we're thinking, like the social space, but it's like like Wrath of the Machine stuff. Like you're in like the inner parts of the tower, like the underground inner parts, or the wall. Maybe that's what it's called, not the tower, the wall. Yeah. Sector 618. That was
for my time.
I agree with that.
Yeah, but I liked that map. Okay.
That's fair.
You mean you actually PvP'd?
Probably more in Destiny 1 than 2. Not a lot still, though. Yeah.
I know Kato's excited here for the end of the month.
I am.
Isn't your game coming out at the end of March?
Next week, man. Next week. I actually
Dogma 2.
Yeah, I actually started that download. Right now they have a character creator you can download, and you can make your character and everything before the game actually goes live next week, and then everything transfers to it.
Oh.
So you can make your character and then not spend the 2-3 hours or whatever it takes when the game actually launches to do that. You just
Someone actually got smart. And there's a new samurai game coming out called Ronin around the same time too. That'll look pretty cool too.
Yeah, I haven't looked into that yet, but that does sound cool. I remember hearing someone talking about that. There's never any reason really to be bored these days. It's just sometimes I'll have decision paralysis of what I want to do.
Right. Money you have too.
Yeah.
Too much to do.
Yeah, and I'm not feeling like I need to do it all, but it's a hard decision of like what I want to do if I'm not doing Destiny. Watching a show, but then the thing that I don't like about that is I tend to just do that in my room, like on TV, and then I feel like, but then I'm just kind of bunkering in. It's getting closer to bed, even if it's not late at night. Like I just don't really like going in my room too early, because then I feel like I'm like closing the night. Like it's almost depressing. So I don't know. I mean, I could watch TV on my laptop in my office, but it's not as comfortable.
And I'm looking at some of these character creations for this. I'm impressed. Like, this is kind of impressive at how detailed some of this is.
It looked kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. So I might actually dive into it a little bit.
You should.
But the only problem is like it's a single player game. And I'm like, do I really want to play a single player game?
Well, I mean, it's fair. It's fair, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy playing with people.
Yeah.
Right.
I like it both ways. I mean, I like playing with people and then having a single player game also.
Right.
There was a couple times when we were playing the Hogwarts Legacy that we would hop in a voice chat, but ultimately we weren't talking too much because we were all kind of focused on different parts of the game, and there's lots of dialogue and things to pay attention to in a game like that.
I know a bunch of the guys in Mafia have just started Tiny Tina's.
Oh yeah, and I guess I didn't talk about that much on this episode, but I feel like I've talked about it some, or maybe in a chat yesterday or the day before. But that game is really, really fun. Well worth $15 if it's still that price, or it was free PlayStation Plus last month, and lots of content there.
I've looked into it. I don't know if I could do it. I just wasn't a big Borderlands fan.
It's great with friends.
Yeah, you really can. That's the thing about this game too, is it does play well grouped up. And then it plays well solo if you want to do some more and not wait for people. Like Destiny in that aspect, you can do all the missions in a fire team or you can do it solo.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And there's just a lot of humor to it. I think I was telling the story about like the Reds versus the Blues, the Smurfs and stuff. And
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, there's just so much humor in the game. I mean, this game has so much just kitschy, humorous things about how a D&D campaign would go. So I know a lot about it, even though I don't enjoy playing D&D, but like all the just like the lines, or like Tina's the dungeon master, and every once in a while it'll like loop back to her talking, or you'll see her in this other room, but like you're playing on this map, but then you go into the different cities and zones, and she's, she'll have all these lines like, guys, don't break up the group, or guys, like, oh, don't go too far over that way, hint, hint, or something. And, like just little things like that would kind of guide someone if you were actually doing this. Like, I see what they're doing there. So what's impressive is watching this stream, actually finding people to play Crucible with.
You're still watching the stream?
Yeah, well, I forget how many was in the last match. It seemed like it was at least 4v4, but now, and they were doing Clash, and now they only got 2 out of 12, and it's been there for a hot minute. Oh, it just went 3 out of 12.
Ooh, so much excitement. It's like watching paint dry.
Well, it's just on in the background while we're talking here. But this is impressive if they can actually get another match going.
Jeez.
I know, right?
Just make me wonder. Like, I know we're supposed to be getting new maps in May, I want to say it is.
Mm-hmm.
For Crucible, so I'm wondering. Now they already said what maps we're getting. Never mind.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Oh well.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we talked about this stuff. We join our Discord, and you can find out all the information about how to join our Discord and all the above through our lovely website, theguardianhub.com.
The best hub on the net.
Thank you, Rodimus. I was going to whisper your name if you didn't start.
You're welcome.
That's what you're here for tonight.
I did that last time.
DPS.
Speaking of that, I changed our symbol over there and it freaked some people out. It was kind of fun today.
Yeah, I saw that.
I hadn't been on Discord all day, and I'm like, what the fuck is this Discord? Oh, that's what it is.
That was my first guess too. Like, what the hell is this? But then I quickly figured it out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to trick native. They're like, oh, it's been there for a month.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yep. Well, let us know if you're listening to this what other topics you want us to talk about or what you're looking forward to. We always like the feedback. Thank you, Kato and Rodimus, for joining this week.
My name is Cyn. Thank you.
Yes, sorry. It's Cyn.
He's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Mm-hmm. I mean, it really is in this recording and in the Discord right now. It's more Cyn than Cyn is.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if we need to do any other shout outs because, like you said, Kato, you're just in the Discord, right? Rodimus, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, pretty much.
Just in Discord. Make sure you hit if you need anything, hit us up in the channel. You got
ring the bell.
Discord, you can ring the bell. Yep. Find the 13th Big Nugget. And,
yes.
If you need help with anything, I mean, I'll go play Destiny if you want help with something. So if I'm around and I'm not doing anything, and you need someone, just reach out. So.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. That's the thing. Like raids, dungeons, things like that. People need help with Crucible. Kato can carry you to Trialsman, right? No. But we'll help out with stuff. That's the point.
Yeah, definitely help out with stuff. We'll be a body.
Yes, we will be a body.
If you want master raids, we can discuss some things. But as far as trials, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that has to be a discussion ahead of time. And we may not want to help, but we may still help with the master raid. It depends.
I'm always down to help, but
I may not be down to help if it's wrong, though.
No.
Or root.
Speaking of, we need to get some stuff going.
Yeah,
people hold us accountable. We need to get stuff going with Master Vow, and we need to get stuff going with, Last Wish, Flawless.
Hey,
good luck.
What do we need, Master Vow? Right?
Oh, did you already get that one done?
Long time ago.
Okay. Well, I remember a long time ago when we were kind of in one of the things with technical, and I didn't know that you'd continued through. So.
Oh,
I don't care that much, but I still need Master Vow.
Yeah, I remember when Tech was doing his. I had already done it.
Okay.
But like I said, I'm always willing to help with master raids.
Yeah, well, I'd way rather get the Petrus Last Wish thing. So, because to me that's interesting enough and not really that hard if you just play safe. So I think we can do it.
Yeah, I need a Petra's and that one challenge. Bill.
We'll get it.
Call him Bill out. Let's go.
All right, well, thanks everyone for tuning in again this week. We really appreciate you all, and we will catch you all again next week. Have a good one.
Peace.
Later.